We are working backwards again, and this time we are using a rhombus and two trapezoid problems, working backwards to find the missing dimension. So on this first one, I am given a rhombus, and I know that the rhombus formula for the area is diagonal 1 times diagonal 2 divided by 2. So I need to first figure out what my diagonals are. This x is only pointing to half of the diagonal, so I need to label the other diagonal with x. And I need to know that that whole diagonal would be 2x in length. The other diagonal, it has a 15 here, but that's only that one side of it, so this other one needs to be labeled 15 as well. And the whole thing would be 30 in length. So now we're going to fill in the formula and solve for x. So the area is 300. Diagonal 1, I'm going to say 30 is diagonal 1, and 2x is diagonal 2. It doesn't matter which one's diagonal 1 or diagonal 2, and then that needs to be divided by 2. In the formula, since you can see that we have a 2 on the top and a 2 on the bottom, we can actually just cancel those out. Or if you don't notice that right away, you could do 30 times 2 and get 60x on top and then divide that by 2. Either way, when you reduce that, you end up with 30x on the right side. And then the left side is still 300. So to complete the solving of the problem, we'll divide by 30 to get x alone. And we get 10 for x. So we know that x is 10. And I guess that would be meters, since this is labeled. They're labeled with m's for meters. The next one is a trapezoid. And in this trapezoid problem, we do not know the height. So we're going to fill in what we do know. We do know that the top base is 5 in length and the bottom base is 7 in length. So remember that the formula for trapezoid, the area is the height times the sum of the bases, all divided by 2, to the area, which is 12, and the height is unknown, and then one base is 5 and the other is 7, and then over 2. So I'm going to simplify this. The left side's still 12. The right side, 5 plus 7 is 12, so the top's 12x divided by 2. 12 can divide by 2 on the right side here, which would give me 12 equals 6 times x. And then we need to divide both sides by 6. Dividing both sides by 6 gives me 2 equals x. So x is 2 yards. And then the last one that we're going to do in this video is another trapezoid, and in this particular trapezoid we don't have one of the bases. So this one, it works a little bit differently. So area, again, I'm just writing the area formula. Height times the sum of the bases divided by 2. The area is 187. The height is 17 in this problem. And then I'm going to say 6 is base 1. We don't know the other base. Divided by 2. Now there's two ways to work this problem right here. One way is that we could multiply both sides by 2, or we could divide the 17 by 2 and go from there. So what I'm going to do is I am going to divide the 17 by 2 and go from there. So 187, 17 divided by 2 is 8.5. And then 6 plus x in the parentheses there. And from this point, you can either distribute the 8.5, which is a common way to do this, or we can work it another way, which is to divide 187 by 8.5. It makes for less work and you're less likely to make mistakes this way. So if we now divide by 8.5 on both sides, 187 divided by 8.5 is 22. So now the left side would be 22 and the right side would be 6 plus x. And at that point we would subtract 6 to get x by itself, and we would get 16 for x. So x would be 16 centimeters would be the answer. Of course, there's other ways of working the algebra of that problem, but this is probably the simplest way that you could do that one.